go. We're underway with Ryan Torrenson with that first serve. But this singles game is a different animal altogether versus the doubles.
Well, it is. And you got to think for these players, you know, they have to go from a doubles mentality to now where they have to cover the entire court.
Exactly. And I mean, that's where the physicality and the conditioning comes into play.
Side out, point one.
So we're tied up at 1-1. So Ryan will serve for this final point of this match. And is successful.
Point.
So that.
Okay, so there's your first 3 points.
There's your first set. And
this is fun.
Yes, and the key was with that substitution, you had to play in the previous game in order to play in the tiebreaker, which I found out yesterday. So the Xavier, who I believe is maybe a singles specialist, is up against Ernesto with the Montreal Lions. But Ernesto, he's an all-around player. You're not going to...
I was going to say it.
And he's a big man, deceivingly for his size.
Yeah,
he's quick for his size.
So this is great strategy on behalf of London's part to throw Xavier in because he's got fresher legs.
For sure, fresher and I don't want to say quicker, but he is a bit smaller in stature than Ernesto. And London goes out into a 4-2 lead.
Well, and this is a combination where you got power countered against probably technique.
Yep, for sure. And speaking of which, now we got Ariana.
Which is a good example of that.
For the Montreal Lions. And Abika with the London smash. Abika being the veteran.
Well, look at that. She gets a point right off the mark. You know, you're taking a player that's 41 years of age.
Yep.
Against a young player from Puerto Rico.
Yep.
That plays with a lot of power.
For sure. But then you got the speed and the agility of, you know, age versus youth. Look at that shot. That backhand shot.
It's finesse.
Oh, man.
Yeah. 6-2. Side out, point three.
And we have Abika improving that serve or that score to 6-3 here. And now we have Anne-Sophie against Christina Chin. And I got to think with the tennis background these ladies have that they're more used to this singles game. And it's a little bit long for Christina Chin. As the London smash jump out into a 7-3 lead with Annie-Sophie Courteau from Saint-Jean-Richelieu, Sur Richelieu, pardon me, Quebec, playing for the London smash. And Sophie has been a little bit successful here. Now they jump out into the 8-3 lead with his final point of this set. Wow, look at the confidence there. Confidence, 9-3.
You know, it's amazing because I feel like I've seen more confidence in her game as a singles versus some of her doubles play earlier
For sure.
in the day.
Now we're back to Ryan and Louis Charles. Repeat and rinse. Montreal on a bit of a slide here as London is sort of dominating. And the one thing I did, and I believe there's no timeouts in this tiebreaker. Wow.
Timeout, 10-10.
London is feeling it.
Oh, and what they do is switch ends. Right, the good point here. The one and only game that they do in this tiebreaker is switch ends.
So if you look at the body language right now, both players,
yes,
it's most definitely in London's favor. Right
oh, for sure, for sure. Louis Charles seems to play aware his emotions on his sleeve. Wow, Ryan Torrenson with that big forehand there, and London jumping out into a huge 9-point lead here. So now we have Ernesto and Xavier up. Xavier trying to continue this trend, and Ernesto trying to claw Montreal Lions back into this match. And we have a foot foul. Ernesto with the look on his face almost questioning that call, but
13-3.
Ernesto first into the line. But you get the speed and agility for Xavier, who
Point
just
4.
hit that outside.
4-13.
Ernesto trying to claw back into this game. Oh, just into the tape.
Point 14.
And the Montreal is sliding quickly here as the London Smash jump out into a 14-4 lead. Abika trying to extend that lead.
14-4.
And Ariana trying to counter this.
Point.
Oh. Abika, or I should say Ariana talking to herself, trying to psych herself back up into this.
15-4.
This is quickly looking like a London Smash victory. Ariana. Oh, a little net love there for Ariana.
What great effort by
Right
both
out,
players.
That's a good rally right there between these two ladies.
It's a big point. It's a big point for Montreal.
Now this young lady from Puerto Rico is going to try and claw back into this match with the next serve. The referee, Reg Van Dreck, trying to figure out which side we're serving from here with the score.
Which actually serves as a nice little partial timeout for both players. Catch their breath.
That's right.
5-15.
Ariana serving down by 10 points. Out.
Point.
So, and Sophie now will go up against Christina Chin.
That was 2 big points for Montreal.
It certainly was. Certainly was.
6-15.
Wow.
What a great
And
shot.
Sophie with that showing confidence, as you referred to.
Yeah, again, Cortu, I find like her game in these singles matches, it's just her body language is a
16-6.
bit of a shift.
It has. Oh,
Side out,
painted that
point
line
7.
with that return. Kind of caught Courtois off guard there.
7-16. Point.
Wow, good comeback set there for the Montreal Lions. Now we have Brian Torrenson trying to extend this lead with the Montreal Smash against Louis Charles Amiot with the
8-16.
Montreal Lions serving.
Point.
Louis Charles successful with that first set. Point.
9-16. Side out,
Ryan
point
up for the
17.
battle.
Ryan's been very impressive.
Yeah, Ryan is a very strong player. Noticing he did take off the eyewear for this match, though.
Point.
Taking them to within 3. Ernesto trying to come out and counter this offer here with Xavier Richard on the London Smash side.
18-9.
Oh, there's a bit of a... The point was in, overruled by referee Reg Van Dreck.
And he said it with confidence.
19-9.
Xavier bringing it within 2 points of a victory. And again, down that line. Here we go for the set. Match point.
29.
Number 1 here for Xavier Richard. And he was successful.
21-9.
as the London Smash take this tiebreaker 21-9. Quite impressive.